We are live. Welcome to F1 2017 TUF2 Season 3 Round 18 Italy Monza. And joining me, Oxox, today in the commentary booth is TUF Eric, also known as Eric Salama. Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a real honor to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, track is a very, very high-speed track. Qualifying lap time around 1:20, and I hope we can see a three-way fight for the pole, because every time it's so boring to see that one driver doing a hugely impressive lap time and then no one else reaches that lap time.
Yeah, I agree on that. I hope for a tight battle. And Monza, Italy. Many drivers like this track. It's like another home for them. We've all driven this track so many times, so I hope it's gonna be a very tight battle.
And
We have a
the track is it's interesting because there's really not many corners, and the only real tricky corners are in Sector 2, Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2,
yeah,
Ascari.
that's about it. So you can sacrifice a little bit with your setup. You can run the low downforce setup. As we have Gabriel who's starting his lap. As you said that we don't hope that anybody's gonna do a dominant lap. So if we're gonna see 1:19.9 in his first lap,
It's gonna be this one.
I'm very impressed about Gabriel. He came to TUF. He started as reserve, got a place from Division 3 and got promoted after 5 races to Division 2, and now he's getting promoted to Division 1. That's very impressive from him. He deserves to be where he is right now. And he's coming to those Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2. He survives those brilliantly. The car is not oversteering, his back end is not losing up. He has complete control of his car, and now he's coming to Ascari. This is the tricky part. He can corner cut this corner very easily. He does it perfectly. He loses a little bit of car, but he doesn't lose so much time. As I said, I don't want to see a dominant lap time, but we'll see. And also, if he does a good lap time, he deserves it completely.
Yeah.
Think about that.
As there was a bit of a situation with Kattimies. He's backed off from his lap.
And Gabriel comes to the line and he does a 1:20.1 in his back lap. That might be a really good time. That might be a top 2 time.
Yeah. There's Stina Winner in the wall after Lesmo 2. And Björn almost put it in the same spot as Stina.
Yeah, that corner can surprise you in Lesmo 2. The acceleration or the exit is very important. If you don't focus so much, you can lose yourself. You can find yourself in the wall. That's real simple. But look at TUF Palovic, aka Sao Paulo. He did a 1:20.9. He puts in P2, but that's 8/10 of the pole position time. And we know how quick Sao Paulo is.
Yeah, as B-Smooth puts his Mercedes in P3. I think B-Smooth, aka Brandon, is one of the championship contenders.
Yes, I actually checked the championship standings before this race, sorry to interrupt you, but Scuba and Whisket are in exact same points, 193 with each driver.
And how far behind is Brandon?
I'm not so sure. I can quickly check, but I would say 20 points, and then Gabriel is 58 points behind. I can easily check it. I have it right here. Brandon is currently in... No, actually he's 63 points behind. Matt is 23 points behind. So where is Matt now? He's not done a lap time still. So it looks like championship is between 3 drivers. Matt, Scuba and Whisket.
Yeah, so Brandon has basically pretty much dropped from the fight.
Yeah, 50 points from 2 races, and he's 61 points behind. And Gabriel also, he's I think 58 points behind. So they are not championship contenders anymore.
As there is, let's see, Matt is on his flying lap coming to the final corner. I always forget the name of this corner.
Kevin goes wide. Yeah, let's see. It's a Parabolica.
Yeah, Parabolica. Kevin goes wide, he's in the wall, and Matt goes P2.
That's pretty good lap time. That's good lap time. You can still make it to the pits.
Yeah, that's 7/10, still 7/10 behind Gabriel, but
yeah. Look at his fuel. Is he going to be able to make it? If he runs out of fuel soon, will he have enough time to make it to the pits? We know you have to have 3 minutes left when you're in the pits because it takes so long. So it's going to be a question, is he going to make it? That's the one thing.
Let's see, they're new guys. New guys. Max still P7. Yesterday was P2 in TUF Abu Dhabi. He had a pretty good and solid race, but he picked up a bit of penalties, which pretty much ruined his chances for a race win.
And Kevin goes wide. I think Kevin is using no traction, so it must be the practice for next season, because Kevin is one of those drivers who is going to drive Division 1 and he's driving without traction. That's actually very good to practice now, but there's 2 races left.
Yeah.
I did the same in Australia. I tested it out. It seemed
he's doing some. He's doing some donuts there.
Yeah, of course it's Ferrari. It's Tifosi. It's a Scuderia Ferrari home. Yeah, if you can't be good in a track, you at least can make a show for the fans. But Ferrari fans are very happy of Gabriel. He's giving Italian fans something that none other Ferrari driver has done since Michael Schumacher, Fernando Alonso. Brilliant. And Gabriel, do you want to follow Gabriel? He's starting his flying lap. Is he gonna be able to do 1:19.5? I think then that actually would be the new track record set by Montoya in 2003 or 2002. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it 1:19.8, 1:19.7?
I don't know if you've noticed, but the title of this video is wrong. I'm just gonna go and hang myself now.
Is it Division 1?
No, it's Division. It says Division 3.
I had the same mistake. When I was hosting, I accidentally wrote TUF F1 Division 1 Monaco when it was Division 2. So we've both done the same mistakes now. It's all good, I'm not the only one.
Oh my god.
Well, you can actually change. Who has the passwords to TUF account in YouTube? You can change the title of the name.
I think it's, I think Sean or Sao can change it afterwards.
Yeah, it's not a big problem, it can easily be. But everybody knows, who's watching now, this is Division 2, not Division 3. So now you know. And Gable is coming towards the Parabolica. In the last corners, he's locking up his tires. I do not understand how he locks up so much, and he still can do incredible fast, and he's not.
And yeah, he's going in the pits. I think he's not going to be able to do another lap time.
Nah, let's see, that's going to be...
Yeah, he's not, because Kevin is there. They're just putting Kevin's car now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's Gabriel on pole.
And Sean retired?
Sean retired, yes, and we had a guy lag out. I think it was Sporgovato. Oh,
so now everybody has to be careful of their setups.
Yes, if Spurg rejoins, yeah, he has now rejoined. So everyone, be careful and double check your setups.
And we have Brandon starting his lap, the American in Mercedes. What about Brandon? What I've been commentating, he's a very smart, calm driver that makes opportunistic moves when only needed, takes his time, and a very consistent driver. Uh,
And
potential champion in the future.
I've
In
just noticed that Impulsive Racer was P2 until Medium Pilot goes P2 120.5.
Ooh, that's a good
So
lap time. That actually challenges Division One, second, third, or fourth place.
yeah,
I can
very
say that.
very good. Very good lap times for Medium Pilot and Impulsive Racer. Impulsive is on his
And
lap, and also TF Pavlovich is on his
yeah,
lap, and
and
Spurg has some problems now, obviously.
yeah, and now Brandon is coming towards Parabolica. I'm not sure he's not improving because the sector times they haven't been green, red, or anything. They just shown the sector
And
times.
yeah, and he hasn't got any fuel left for another run.
Oh, but is he gonna
Brandon,
improve? Yes, he's
yes!
120.5. He loses 1,000 of a second to medium pilot, so that
Wow,
was a
that
very
must
good
kill
lap
him.
from. Still, it's top three time. Well, we don't know yet.
He's
Yeah,
still
many.
P3, but that is impressive. So now the top
That is very
four
impressive.
have retired, and it's up
And
to
now,
Matt and Pavlovich.
now Pavlovic is not going to improve, but he has fuel for another lap. And Scuba is coming towards the line, and he does a 120.9, but he has still a lot of. He has fuel for another lap. We have Biscuit in Lesmo 1 and coming to the Lesmo 2, aka Hamilton, aka Nico Kawi corner of CP3 last season. We both know what happened to Nico Kawi there. And Scuba rejoined again. So again, he lagged out and rejoined. Like I said, it's
And there's now
Brisket. He cut it there, Sky a little bit, and he's furious and retards the car. And now Matt is coming towards the Sky corner. When your hands are shaking, you know what? When your lap time is improving, you start to panic too much. You start to think too much. Then the accidents happen.
yeah.
He goes a little bit. The parabolica braking to parabolica is surprisingly difficult. You can get a little bit oversteer from the corner.
And there's
But he
Renault
seems to.
in the middle of the car.
Oh, he had to. Did he back
And
out? No,
Matt
P4.
improves. Yes, goes P4.
And Bautista moves himself to P5. And
As
we
there's
have
Pavlovich
yeah,
in
improving by
Parabolica.
3 tenths. He's going to improve by 3 tenths, so he's going to move up to P4, I believe. It's going to be P4 time.
No, not
P6.
quite. P6. There's still
Really
Scuba.
close.
Scuba P6 dropping Pavlovich down to P7. As there's, I think now Storm crosses the line in P18. Yeah. So
Really?
the grid is looking like this: Gabriel P1, Medium Pilot P2, Brandon P3, Matt P4, First P5, Scuba P6, Pavlovich P7, Impulse Racer P8, Whisket P9, Max Steel P10, Lennon P11, Tekken P12, Catimius P13, Sean P14, Charged P15, Spurge P16, Bjorn P17, Storm P18, and Stinowina without time, and Kevin with a pretty disappointing
Yeah,
quali.
P9, last place. Yeah, so sorry to interrupt, but we have a comment from a viewer, Matt. He wants us to predict the podium. I'm gonna start. Top three is gonna be Gabriel, Matt, and Scuba. I'm gonna say Scuba is gonna rise up because he's brilliant in strategies. Your turn.
Um, Gabriel, unless if he manages to drive the race without any stupid shit,
Hmm?
then I'm gonna say, oh shit,
10 seconds. Beep, 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 beep. Five. Four. Come on, come on.
Whisket
Yeah,
and
come on. You
Matt.
can do it. Very good. Okay, okay. Gabriel, Biscuit, Matt, copy. We'll see who's gonna be right. You wanna do this? You're the host.
Yes, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are away here in Italy, Monza, a legendary racetrack.
Yeah, I'm following the back.
And there's
Oh,
already
there's a big
two
crash
people in the
between
wall.
Whisket. There's
Ferrarista
crash
and
between Whisket
Whisket. Cademy
and
is out,
Olympian
Impulsive Racer is
and
out,
Google.
Ferrarista, Tekken
There's 8.
in the wall,
Yeah.
Lennon, Spurg.
Jeez.
Oh my god, this is just absolute carnage. I think
actually saw what
Sau's
happened.
gonna have to. I think
I saw
Sau
what
and Napula have a pretty huge job to do.
So basically, what happened was Whisket tried to overtake, was it Renault on the inside, but then Renault closed the door. I didn't see a name. Then it caused a domino effect of 6 cars. So Whisket tried to overtake, and something happened. And we have Charles, then still a winner. They had a little bit collision, but what a start!
Yeah, let's see this is now pretty hectic. Let's see. Gabriel has his front wing. Brandon has his front wing. Medium pilot has front wing. Matt has front wing. Pavlovich has. Max still has damage. He's the first one that has damage. He's P6.
And quick notice, Kevin has moved up 10 positions from P19 to P10.
Yes.
To P19 to P9, I mean. And
Storm is up to P7, but he has damage, and he is going to pit.
Oh, we have a pit. Look at how many people are pitting. It's like a welfare office.
People and Kevin is also pitting. Everyone
Jesus
is pitting.
Christ.
Showing there's
cars,
7 cars in the pits. Yes.
God.
And I think Tekken is pitting. Yes. Spurge is pitting. Bjorn is pitting.
Bjorn.
Everyone from P8 to P17 are pitting, and Bjorn gets a 5-second stop and go. Naughty boy.
Be like, without any incidents, I think the top 7 is gonna be 7th place is gonna be safe. I think the top 7 are very happy with that.
Stina Winner has front wing damage, and I'm not sure how much that will improve.
Oh, look at it, he's cut at the corner.
Yeah.
It was a hectic start.
It's
Brandon and medium pilot Charles and Gabriel. Medium pilot trying to overtake Brandon. So
yes.
it's gonna be a very interesting race.
This is now really strange.
Yeah, and
yes, and Mathis says in chat, most hectic start I've seen in a while, and I have to agree. This is beyond everything.
Yeah, and now we have medium pilot really close to Brandon, but I'm not really making move stick because he does the fastest lap. He doesn't even need DRS. DRS is not active yet, and
no, he doesn't go for it. He's backed out. He's probably waiting for the DRS just to be safe.
I'm just checking the fuel. It looks like everybody has same amount of fuel. Well, actually, medium and Matt have over 4 laps of fuel, and Gabriel and Brandon they have less than 1 lap of fuel.
Yeah, Gabriel has 1.6 and Brandon has 1.0.
Yeah.
So.
And we have Stina Winner pitting. So now we have from P17 to P7 pitted, and we have 3 retirements from first lap. So if you calculate correctly, 13 car crash in the first corner. That's really hectic. And look at this, Tom UK is in P7. This guy who hasn't scored any points in TUF in any races he's done, he's now in P7. Although he's 30 seconds from P6, but still.
Yeah, he's 30 seconds from P6, but he is P7 and he's on the soft compound.
And we have Sao Paulo, we have Sao Paulo in the wall. He lost this car near Ascari.
Oh
so Sao Paulo's lost on the wing, so now we'll have 14 cars who are pitted in less than 4 laps.
Sao wanted screen time today, and he's going to get some screen time. And this is your screen time, mate. This is a sad moment.
Kadimius has left. Of course, very unlucky again for Kadimius. He couldn't do anything with that. And
Stina Winner
getting a penalty.
Yeah. Spurg has left.
And now Sao Paulo is. Bautista has left. So now we have only 5 cars. Is that correct? 5 cars who have only survived the first corner. or for any, they have not done any mistakes.
And
I'm not correct for 6 cars.
Matt is now joining into the fight with Brandon and Medium Pilot
Ooh, medium
at
pilot.
the Ascari.
Yeah, and now Brandon is losing a little bit to Gabriel, so it's very crucial that medium pilot and Matt can overtake Brandon and maybe challenge the leader in a Ferrari. Brandon is, from the top guys, he has the slowest pace, because look at how close medium pilot and Matt can follow in the air. You know that.
And now is DRS time.
If this was Hungary, Singapore, Monaco, or something else, you would defend, but in Monza, where there's only straight lines, it's very easy to overtake.
And still, it's still not enough. I think it's due to the fact that Brandon has less fuel on board.
Yeah, he's saving fuel in the corners. He knows his car's a slider, but he can use all the power in the straight lines.
Yeah.
So he will be able to defend the next 6-7 laps, maybe 8 laps.
Let's see, and risk it making a move on Storm before the final corner.
And we have a battle for P6. Scuba versus Maxi. Scuba is opening his DRS. I don't know which battle to follow. There's a great battle for, I think, for P2, for Christ's sake. It's very difficult to follow the battles. Now, medium pilot has to be smart. He has to be
Lennon making moves on Kevin, making it stick. And I think now
medium pilot will try it before Parabolica. Is he going to overtake him before the DRS line? He was behind before the DRS line. He overtakes Brandon and he will get DRS, but Brandon is doing a switchback. But who will have the straight line speed? Who will have this inside line? It looks like Brandon has the inside line, but medium pilot has DRS. We'll see how it's going to affect now. Brandon can just do a late break, but he backs up. Doesn't want to ruin his own race. Doesn't want to take risks.
Se3, Kevin retired.
Kevin retires, so he's in the wall.
How is he there?
I have no idea. Maybe crashed on purposely because his race was over. Then just he has to be purposely crashed out.
Yeah.
He has to be.
Wow.
No chance.
That's not a
and
sight what the tifosi want to see.
No, but they have another Ferrari car leading the race by 3.7 seconds.
They still have one car in the game.
Well,
let's not jinx now it. Leading.
let's not do any commentators curse anymore to Gabriel. Now, Matt needs to get past Brandon very soon because now medium pilot is making a little gap to Brandon, probably 7/10, but it's still he has to get past him early.
Charge it is had a brilliant race so far. He avoided all the shenanigans at the start and he's up by 10 places. So is Tinawina in P10, started from the last place.
Yeah, like there's an old saying, slow and steady gets you ready. You don't need to win the race in the first corners. He realized that there might be a big incident and he did it brilliantly. Moved up 10 positions in the start. Now he's in top 5. And Matt can't make the maneuver stick on Brandon. So maybe he has to wait until Brandon makes a mistake or try it in the corners.
Yeah.
The only overtake I think is possible now is in Parabolica.
It would seem that Matt is faster on race pace than Brandon.
Yeah, but Brandon's straight line speed, he has a little bit less downforce in his car and lighter car, of course, like we've said before, but we'll see the maneuver maybe in Parabolica. But Brandon is still getting DRS from medium pilot. It's only 7/10. It's acceptable gap still. And there's yellows in Se3 again.
Stina. No, not gonna overtake there.
And now we have Sao Paulo overtaking Lennon. And now the next up is gonna try to overtake Tekken. The points are still possible for both of these drivers. Now Matt, he has to get better exit from Parabolica, but it seems like it's very difficult because the car ahead gets DRS. And you can't do anything because the cars are so maxed in a straight line in this track. very difficult to make maneuver.
Yeah.
You have the OS open as well. And he looked it, he showed himself, I'm still here. Maybe trying to put the car ahead, Brandon under pressure. But well, you know, I know that the best thing is not to look back. Don't focus on the car behind. Hit the apexes, get the better
Yeah.
acceleration from the corners, better exits.
And Stinawina has lost it in Ascari.
Oh,
He has spun. No, he just spun, no damage. So he's still in the race. Just lost some time.
And now we see that we now gap to medium penalty is 1.1 seconds, so now Brandon won't have the DRS affection. We have to see, is it going to be after Ascari? Is it, how is medium penalty going to do Ascari? It's going to be very important for Matt that Brandon won't get the DRS, and it looks like it's 1.1 seconds. And
yeah, and it's
I
growing.
think we might see an overtake now after Parabolica or even Parabolica, but I would say after Parabolica in the long straight.
And there's so Polovic has made a mistake and he's back in P12 and now he's retired the car.
And so I can drop, but Matt is opening his DRS, is only 2 times behind Brandon. He's gonna go to the inside line. Yes, he is. He's always car, but he doesn't.
Pretty opportunistic. That's not late enough.
Yeah, I would say that he had to do it a little bit earlier. He tried it too late. If he did once again earlier, he maybe would have made it still.
Yeah.
That was way too late. And now Gabriel has almost 5-second lead to the car behind the medium pilot. Now it's actually medium pilot has a little bit gap to Brandon now. Top 2 cars can drive carefully their own ways.
And at the back we have Tekken on the back of Storm. I'm pretty sure Tekken will make this work. DRS open, bridge mix. And Tekken goes up the inside, easy work.
And now Matt is close enough to try to maneuver on Parabolica. He's only 3 times behind. He's gonna go to the inside line and try to overtake. He's maybe a little bit too much behind. Parabolica is not the most optimal overtaking spot in the track. And now he gets.
And now Matt is really behind, really.
And now medium pilot is spinning. Medium pilot is spinning, so he will be going to mediums, I believe. Let's see the tires. Tires, yeah. And now Matt is side by side. He has the inside line, and I guess Brandon is gonna.
Try to switch back? No.
Oh, and now Matt goes a little bit crosses the curbs and
yeah, and I think Matt V-Smooth has the advantage here. Yes, he has. Yes, takes V2 again, but Matt will probably dive up.
Yeah, it's impossible in these corner sections to overtake on the outside line. As I said, he does.
Oh my god, brilliant work from Brandon.
Oh, they respect each other so much, they're gonna live in each other's space. Side by side from Westmore 1. This is gonna end brilliantly. This is real racing. This is clean racing at its best. It's side by side from Westmore 2. This is brilliant racing. This is what we'll see from podium position. These guys having respect to each other. It's hard, but
this is now. It's been side by side for a whole sector now, and I think now Matt has made the move.
Big shout out for these guys for fighting this long. It was brilliant to see. But now Brandon made a mistake and is now 2 seconds behind. But a brilliant fight from these guys. Medium pilot took mediums and Gable spinning as well. He didn't get 5 seconds or anything. We'll see where he's going to rejoin. Is he going to rejoin in traffic? Is Charles going to be able to jump?
Matt is going to go on. Matt is probably taking the softs. Yeah, Gabriel on mediums. Brandon in the pits as well.
Yeah.
Taking the mediums, yes he is, and we'll see after this lap, is Matt taking the softs or the mediums.
Charles has jumped Gabriel, so Charles will be doing 6 or 5 more laps. He's gonna hold up Gabriel or not, we'll have to see. I don't remember what kind of driver he is, I don't know who's stocks, who's usually driving, but Matt can now actually take the softs at the end, but will he want the tire advantage for the next 10 laps, or will he drive to lap 13 and then have a 14 lap advantage with his softs. Like if you pit on lap 13, you can maintain the same pace with the soft tires. Your tires are not gonna die.
Well, the thing is here that the gap to Gabriel now is 14 seconds, and it's not gonna be enough. Yes, he will be faster on the softs, but if he continues another lap or two, he's gonna be super slow and losing so much time. So if I were Matt, I would just pit.
Pit now.
Which he does.
And he's pitting now. Is he gonna take the 5-second penalty?
No.
Braking. It's so easy to get that you brake 2 meters later than you have to. It's 5 seconds and no change of race. And he's gonna take the softs. That's the I see the softs. Mechanics are holding the soft tires, but yeah, good softs. And let's see where he's gonna be joined. Now, Gabriel
medium pilot gets him, but I think Matt is safe from Brandon. Yes. And there's quite a big gap as well.
Well, now we have Gabriel who's catching Charles, and now we have Maxi who's actually catching Scuba. And that's
showing Björn in the wall, and Sean gets a place there. Björn lost it in, I think, Ascari. And I think Björn has, yes, he has left the session.
Yeah, and now the medium pilot is only 1.8 seconds behind Gabriel. So I don't know, is Gabriel is the medium tires bad for him, or is he set up that it takes time for his tires to heat up? Oh, but the medium pilot was 2.2 seconds behind, and now he is 1.7 seconds behind. He scored 5 tenths this lap, and maybe if there's a car ahead of Gabriel soon, we might have a battle for P1.
Yeah, and everyone else has pitted except Charged, who will pit on lap 15, I presume. And he's gonna take the super softs from there. 15 or 16, and taking the super softs. And yeah, and he's gonna drop to about P7 or P8. Let's see.
Well,
it says here that Pete now rejoined position P5, but that's wrong on some occasions.
Well, you have to remember there was 14 cars pitting on lap 1, so we might see his P5 is actually safe if he doesn't make any mistakes.
Storm takes a stop and go penalty. He's in the pits now. He has damage on his front wing. This is his second pit stop of the day.
Sorry to interrupt, but Gable is less than a second behind of Charged. And I would believe that he's going to make the maneuver stick very soon. It's 6 tenths, 5 tenths. I'm not saying that Charged is going to be able to defend Gabriel. I hope Gabriel is smart enough that he won't try to bubble it as he does. He waits. That's it being his weakness. One weakness, what I have to say about Gabriel, he tries too much. He tries to overtake the cars, he's not fighting the positions. Like if he has 20-second gap behind, why would you dive on car ahead who hasn't done this?
Yes.
And Gabriel does.
And here comes the laggy Gabriel and his Ferrari. Takes the inside line. Easy work. Charge it on those worn softs. Has nothing to defend against.
No chance. But Gabriel's driving, actually locking up his tires. I'm gonna give you a hint. Whose trademark was that in the earlier years who locked up his tires usually in Formula 1? You should know this. Who locked up mostly his tires in previous years, like in 2013, 2012? Who always locked up the every corner?
Oh shit.
You know? Lewis Hamilton. He always locked up his tires, don't you remember? To every single corner. Yeah, he did, because always he broke too late, and the commentators all said, yeah, but that's his trademark.
Was it really his trademark, or was it just something wrong with the car?
No, but always when he locked up his tires, they always said, but Hamilton always locks up his tires. Because he used to almost always, in some corners, lock up always his tires. He broke more later than any other driver. That's what I remember. At least from Finnish commentators saying.
Damn, I don't remember this.
I have to Google it up,
I,
but I
I
remember this
remember I
because
remember I remember Bottas um, locking up his tires quite a lot in some races.
mm,
For example, his first race win in
in
Russia,
Russia, yeah, I
where he
definitely
locked up
remember it.
major lockup in the tricky corner in
Yeah,
sector 2. But
and
yeah, I
actually
think
remember when it was yeah,
the race is now,
it's settled a little bit. It's
yeah,
settled. We're
it's on a cool
waiting.
down
No,
phase.
medium pass, yeah, sector 2, yellows in sector 2, Storm
And
has
then the
retired,
Storm
he had
has
a very good
retired in the
start.
wall,
He did well,
almost the
yeah,
same
very,
place as Kevin. And
so
Whisket in
we're
the
splitting a
pits.
little bit.
Is
Because
this is his second pit stop, I presume?
the second week, that's
Yes,
correct, because he did the last one.
Whisket is known for the two-stop strategy. He's
Mm.
become the master of two stops.
Yeah, we see very good racing, like Mexico, I remember I was commentating that race, or was it USA, I gave him so much shit for doing two stop, but then he proved me wrong and winning the race by 10 seconds.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm not gonna say anything about his strategies anymore. The second stop is sometimes works, sometimes not, but he would have been one stop guy maybe without that first lap crash. I don't believe that he would have done two stops here.
and now something is finally happening. Medium
Medium pilot,
pilot
good pilot.
catching Charged
But
and
he's here,
overtaking.
teammates, but the
Yeah,
teammates, as drivers. There's been a Gunther Steiner doing a team orders that let your teammate go. I'll let this where warm-up
Günther
goes on until
Steiner saying
Magnussen.
to Charged, if you don't let medium pilot go now, I will terminate your contract and embarrass you in front of everyone.
Actually, that happened to. Do you remember Brazil? Well, was it last year when Gutierrez stole these gloves, and then Gunther Steiner took him by his shoulder and like, "You're not doing this to me, boy." He embarrassed him. I remember that. That was a very
Yeah,
good
I
memory.
do remember that.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, well, Gunther Steiner is a good guy. He's showing that you don't do any attitude with me. And we see that Maxi did a pit stop again. He took super soft. He
And
rejoins
Tekken
P9.
also has made a second pit stop. So, yeah, as you were saying, the guys who made a pit stop early is they're now pit stopping again.
Yeah.
Um,
Now there's a little bit gap. We have to wait until the tire compounds come in because we know some drivers have made two stops, some have soft, some have super soft. I'm gonna keep my eye on Maxi because he has first set of supers. He's gonna be able to catch up to after maybe if he overtakes Tinnerwinner, maybe he's gonna catch up to Lennon or Scuba. Maybe a little bit too much to. And Scuba is spinning actually.
yeah,
He's the one.
I think everyone from Scuba to Stinawina have to pit.
Yeah.
Scuba, Lennon, and Stinawina have to pit again. His Stinawina's pit window is lap 17 to 21, and he's pitting now, as is Lennon and Scuba coming out of the pits now. So I was right. I was right.
Yeah, you were right. You were right. And Scuba rejoins ahead of Maxi, just 1.2 seconds difference with these guys. And Maxi here has, was it 2 laps, all the tires than Scuba, so it's not a big difference, but it's enough maybe for Scuba to pull away.
Yeah. Also, Scuba has more fuel than Max.
And Maxi has to one lean mix more in the corners, so
Yeah.
his fuel. We still have charged. Lap 18, who's spinning now, we'll see where he rejoins. He says P5, and he's going to rejoin P5.
I think very cautious there on the pit entry, but that's good. Make sure that you don't get the stop and go penalty, because you're gonna suffer a lot from that.
Yeah. Now I'm going to be very interested where the championship contenders are going to finish because Scuba is now P6 and
Yeah,
P.
yeah, Charge It
Yeah,
is safe. There's huge amount of time between Charge It and Scuba. Even if Scuba is on the first set of super softs,
Yeah, no chance. 41
So is
seconds.
Charged.
Yeah, 41 seconds. It's no chance. Oh no, I'm sorry, 25 seconds here. I still had a old timer, but 25 seconds. But now is Whisket gonna close up to Max? It will be very difficult. 4.5 seconds. So you get 8 points from P6. You get 4 points for P8. So he's gonna lead by 4 points, Scubas, after this race. When we go to the last race, if we're gonna finish in these
Wait,
positions,
who,
we
who
never
were
know what's
the
gonna happen.
who were the? It was
So basically, Scuba
Scuba,
and
Matt,
Whisket,
and Whisket. Scuba, Matt, and
yeah, but
Whisket. Yeah.
yeah, Scuba and Whisket were in tied points. Matt was 26, 25 points behind. So where's Matt now? Matt is in
Matt is
P3,
P3.
so
Yeah.
it's gonna be three-way battle. Three-way battle for the championship. So I think
But
Matt is gonna
remember
be...
this: Gabriel is leading by 4.8 seconds. Um, and the thing is, there's still 3 races left. Hungary
Three
is
races,
one of
I thought
them.
that there's 2 races. We're gonna race that one
Two.
race what was cancelled.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. I don't know if they're gonna race it. Hungary is the
Because
last one.
I remember there was some race last season in Division 1 which got cancelled because I remember I was Division 2 last season I mean, and I remember the race wasn't driven again. So if a race got cancelled, it just was cancelled. It was like nobody get points from it. Nobody got points. So I don't know what is going to be the thing this season, but if it is like 2 races only after this one race, then it's going to be a three-round battle for the championship. Probably.
Mm,
We never know. We'll find out very soon about this. And I'm following Gabriel now, giving him some. I don't know. I'm giving him from my TV time because we're in Italy in Monza. So yeah, everybody want to see the Scuderia Ferrari winning in Monza. Now these Ferrari fans are starting to love Gabriel. He's becoming an icon for them. He won so many races for Ferrari. It's not still what Michael Schumacher did, but if he can get 84 more wins, then I'm gonna say that he's like Schumacher, but he's not yet. Still, he's a new
no,
boy. Yes, a lot to learn.
there's really big gaps. Scuba 15 seconds behind Charged. Charged 12 seconds behind Brandon. Brandon 10 seconds behind Matt. And Tekken 10 seconds behind Whisket. And Shoyan 12 seconds behind Stinwina. So this is now the only one who's gonna catch someone in the next 2 laps is Lennon.
Yeah, that's correct.
He's 1
second.
seconds behind Tekken.
Yes,
Tekken is on the soft tire.
And we of course have to remember this is a battle for P9 and P10. There's still something to gain, and we all know when you open your PS4, take your controller wheel, when you see a car ahead, your competitiveness is gonna wake, your adrenaline is gonna be really huge, and of course it's like competition. You want to beat the car ahead. It doesn't matter what position it's for. You always want to beat who's next to you in the track. You want to show that that's it. I'm faster than you. I'm better than you. I'm gonna overtake you. That's it. So it's gonna be a very interesting fight. So. And all the viewers who are watching, we might have a potential fight, so don't turn off. Do not adjust the TV sets. This is a lap 21 out of 27. We have Gabriel leading the race, medium pilot in second and Matt in third. A really interesting championship change is going to be, maybe. And now Lennon is wide behind Tekken. Coming towards the Ascavi, he's not trying to make the maneuver stick yet.
Yeah, really stupid too. That's not really not an overtaking spot.
No, it's not. Yeah, I remember. Well, actually, he brought the other cars to back out. I remember last season it was for the championship and Pagani was leading the race, so I made a dive bomb on the Ascari, but luckily we backed out, so nothing happened. But it's very risky to try to overtake on that corner. It's maybe better to lift off. But now Lennon opens his DRS. Of course, Tekken is going to defend the inside line.
Tekken takes the defensive
line. Gonna
line.
make a dummy?
No.
No. Maybe try a little bit with Sebastian Vettel on Bottas in Spain 2017. First fake to the right, fake to the left. Or how fake left, fake right, then go to left. That was amazing overtake. And Lennon is gonna try, if he gets the inside line maybe. he's gonna dive on. We know that he's a little bit aggressive. No, he's waiting still for a good opportunity. And, there's a tire difference, of course. Taken with the old softs and Lennon with the fresh super softs.
Yeah.
So there is a
Lennon
big difference
has
with
the
tire
advantage.
compounds. Yeah, and he gets his DRS, but it's only formality.
It was Spa that got cancelled.
But
There's Spa and Hungary left. Spa is next, and Hungary is the last race.
okay, so we'll be okay. That's brilliant here.
So, with 2 races remaining and Gabriel leading and taking
He's still
25 points, he's still in the fight, but pretty much needs to win the rest of the races.
That's not a problem from Gabriel if he can do a clean race.
Yeah.
No, I think it's possible. And it would be great to see. He's only driven like 8 races now, or 9, and already almost winning the championship. That would be very impressive. But we both know, we both had a championship fight against each other. Remember, 2 seasons in Finnish championship, you do know that every race counts, every point counts, and
yeah, it is.
yeah, you know, if you want to ask a championship advice, ask me or Oxox. We know all about them. We've both been in so many championship fights.
It's a lot of pressure, and you're gonna you're gonna do some maybe even nasty things.
Everything. You're gonna do everything to take the championship. Like, first is okay. You might start off that in first race. Okay, you're gonna be pretty good. It's for 1-2. The second race 1-2. Okay, but he won again. Oh, third race. Okay, he won again. Fuck, I have to do something.
Yeah.
Come on, wake up. Come on.
I actually remember it was funny because you were busting my balls in Bahrain.
I was leading.
Yes.
But I remember that. I fucking remember that.
And then you made a huge mistake.
What corner was it? The white line. Well,
in FTRL it's called the podium corner. The podium curb. So I don't know. It was.
But to be fair, the gap was only 1 second, so we don't know how the race would have gone.
Yeah, it was close.
So
it was close.
You never know. You never know what would have happened. And then I think my opening was Silverstone when it was raining and there was a VSC glitch or something, and then.
And then I remember, I remember the exact same race, Silverstone. Was it? Yeah, it was me. I think you had a quali ban, and I crashed out in qualifying.
Yeah, I remember that. And now Lennon, so it was.
Now
Lennon
he takes
the corner.
Lennon cuts the corner, but takes the spot.
Yeah.
But has a bad exit, and Tekken comes back up the inside, takes P9. Will we see Lennon dive bomb into?
Lennon will have DRS. Lennon will have DRS.
He's gonna have DRS,
because
yes.
Because we had the detection points. And remember, and now Lennon, he gets the DRS, he's gonna be enough. Tekken, of course, is gonna defend the inside line if he's wise, and he actually didn't defend the inside line. Lennon is not trying a maneuver. And yeah, as I was said, that you crashed out in qualification, I had a quali ban, so we both started in last positions. Was it P16 and P17, and we finished 1 and 2. That was a pretty good thing.
Then I remember in Spa there was this little cunt called Tahvo.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to me, but there was a safety car.
Yeah.
And then he tried to do the glitch that when you drive close enough, right behind the car ahead, the car ahead is going to ghost, and you can take the position.
Yeah.
And now Matthias is asking in the chat, driver of the day. Well,
I would give it to Gabriel, leading every lap of the race, starting pole position, doing pole with his back lap. Even though Charles has moved up 10 positions, but I would give it to Gabriel.
actually, I don't. This is a tough decision. I mean, Stina Winner has had a good race. He's up by 9 positions, P11, just missing the points. And Tekken, well, he's had a pretty solid race, up by 3 places. Also, same from Max, a solid race, up by 3 places. And then Charged, up by 10 places from P15, so it's gonna be tough. Let's just see the penalties.
Yeah. Yeah, it's never easy to select driver of the day when you have more than one driver who's done well, so it's a opinion question, of course. You don't have right or wrong answer about driver of the day, because driver of the day can be anybody who's had successful race, so there's
The
not a
top
wrong answer to this.
the top 5 doesn't have, no, the top 6 doesn't have a penalty. And then Max still has a stop and go. Whiskit has, wow, Whiskit has 4 warnings and not a penalty. How's that happened?
Maybe if you cut the pit lane, you get a warning for that, and then you can have maybe 3 warnings. That's my only guess, because if you cut first time with the pit entry, you get only warning.
Okay, same thing with Lennon, 4 warnings and then 5th warning penalty. So Lennon is the first one to have a proper corner cutting penalty.
Okay.
Top 6 doesn't have any penalties, and then Max has a stop and go. So
yeah.
And it's the last lap now.
Yeah, so last lap I was about to say Gabriel is leading the race. Well, he's done a brilliant job in Ferrari's home track. It's a brilliant job. We can be very proud of. Yeah, I don't want to curse it, but still a sky we can lose the car and maybe hit the wall and lose the tire, so there's still that possibility. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, Matt, it's the last lap, and the gap to medium pilot is 2.3 seconds.
Yeah.
This is going to be the finishing.
Yeah. And Gabriel is coming towards Parabolica. He drives it well. And now he's crossing a line, the finish line, and Gabriel, you are a race winner. What a great drive. You are a race winner. Brilliant job, mate. A medium pilot is following in second. He crosses the line. Very good debut from him in P2. Matt finishes P3.
Matt P3. So I got P1 and P3. I got P1 and P3 right.
Yeah,
I was only P.
Yeah,
I know.
Don't bullshit me.
And Brandon coming across the line in P4. Charged in Parabolica.
You know what's funny? I was actually competing with you against the top 3. I was gonna bob it in your face if I was at the top 3. I was still competing with you about that. Yeah, that's how bad we always compete against in anything.
Yeah, exactly. Scuba now in Parabolica in his Mercedes, taking P6 from Max still in P7, and Whiskit coming across the line P8.
Second,
and then
the gap to Lennon. Lennon's tires died. They in the last laps, his tire wear was so crucial he had to back out, or his pace dropped out, so he had the opportunity to overtake. He didn't do it, and we will see Tekken taking the 9th place and Lennon taking the last point, and he almost passes out before the finish line. That would have been embarrassing. And it's Tina winner.
Okay, Gabriel. Okay, Gabriel, good job. Amazing job. A race win. Yes!
In a Ferrari.
Yes! Race win.
Grazie tutti, grazie mille, ragazzi di grande.
Grande Machina.
Grande Machina.
And there's the podium of this race for you guys. Gabriel
Yeah, yes.
takes P1.
Gabriel, he's not smiling. It reminds me of like Valtteri Bottas, like he wins, he just may have on the race, but when he's P2, he's always so happy. But that one did of Bottas a little bit, not smiling at all. Our Benny not smiling at all. They're
Yeah,
not
I've
impressed.
noticed
Because,
it's. Yeah, I've noticed the same thing. When Bottas wins a race, he's just meh, and then when he's P3
no,
or P2, he's like fucking smiling
yeah,
like Ricardo.
get in, get in. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
When,
that's the race. Gabriel P1, medium pal P2, Matt P3, B Smooth P4, Charged P5, Scuba P6, Max Steel P7, Whisket P8, Tekken P9, P10, Lennon, Stinowina P11, and then I think that's
that's it. Then we have retirements. But quick
that.
notice: we have a Haas and a Ferrari taking 1-2. So Ferrari engines taking a double win in a power track in Monza.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
and then there's some retired cars.
Hmm.
And yeah,
Well,
I think my driver of the day is Charged. I mean, yeah, Gabriel had a good race. Pole led well almost every lap,
almost yeah.
but I think Charged had a real solid race, starting quite far away from the top and finishing P5 is a good result.
Mm.
So who was your driver of the day?
I'm still saying Gabriel. I'm sorry that we both
Yeah.
have own opinions. I respect your
It's
opinion,
okay.
but I say Gabriel still. Maybe because if he drives in Ferrari, it's a little bit extra bonus for me because we're in Italy. That's why it's maybe a little bit more bonus.
Yeah.
But
But the track is it's really easy to get a good lap time, and I think that's why he took pole.
Yeah.
Plus, he's a fast quali driver, so
First. And if he can survive the first corner, you know, really good chance to win. But really good race. It was interesting race, even though we had the first corner crash. We had 14 drivers crashing, but we still had battles. We still had like point scoring, position fights, and strategy things, and we still had a pretty good race. I was surprised how good this race was, even though everybody crashed out. It still
yeah.
was
The opening few laps were exciting. Then the excitement wasn't that high, and then in the end it got just a tad better. So, overall, it was a good race. Not the best,
Good race.
but good.
8 out of 10 or 7.5. 7.5 out of 10, I would say.
I think
Not,
yes,
not too
7.5.
bad. 7.5. Yeah, 7.5.
7.5 just because, well, the opening two laps, and then we saw a couple of very good overtakes and some amazing battles from who was it? Side by side, Brandon and Matt.
Yeah, and Matt. Yeah. That was highlight of this race, the battle wise. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a. You rarely see that. The drivers going side by side in Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2, and almost Ascari, and before those other corner names, which I don't remember, before Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2, but still brilliant side by side situation of them. Only shows that if you have enough respect to another driver, you can have a clean, tough battle.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, that's the race and that's the stream. And tune in tomorrow for TUF 1. I think we are at Monza as well. So there's gonna be me and Eric causing a lot of problems.
No, only you, man. I'm having my break already because I'm not.
Oh
allowed to
yeah, I
compete again.
remember. Yeah. Sorry, you're out. My bad.
So
Only me.
I might be an engineer for you guys if you guys want, like,
Yeah.
be like.
So
Finnish engineer for
please,
Finnish,
so please tune in tomorrow for some more mayhem in Italy, Monza, TUF 1. It's gonna be amazing. Looking forward to it. And
Oh yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Please feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and feel free to join our other races. And from me, Ox, have a good night.
Good night.